Yo guys, what is good and what's going on, everybody? Your boy BLSG back at it again for another Sixers Live play-by-play as we are back tonight for the first of two straight matchups between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Toronto Raptors here in Toronto. So two straight away games in Toronto for the Philadelphia 76ers coming up in 2 of the next 3 days. So that's pretty much how it's pretty much going down in terms of the Sixers for the next 2 games. Next 2 are back-to-back in Toronto, not on the same days. But today and Friday, those 2 will occur. I will only be doing 1 of 2 games in this series. The first one tonight, obviously, I am doing because I'm obviously streaming, as you guys can obviously tell. But the second one, I was streaming the Phillies' first game of the World Series against the Astros, and that will occur on Friday. So, you'll see a Sixers stream tonight. On Friday, you'll see the Phillies stream, so be sure to come through and tune in to those. And hopefully we have a lot more people in the chat than what it started out with. They kept going 1 to 0 to 1 to 0. That just shows how underrated I am. It just shows it. Y'all can down at me and say all your cons and all your BS as much as you want. Doesn't matter, and you know what? All the excuses, it's nothing. It's cut, and I will say it until the day I die. Most underrated Philly content creator, right here, straight up, let's go. Say it until the day I die, and I will never take it back. But appreciate everybody for coming through to this stream for the first of 2 between the Sixers and the Raptors. Everyone be sure to hit that like button if you guys are coming in here. Get the stream started, man. Again, guys, also, we're on the road to 500. I did not mention this yet. 31 subscribers away from 500 subscribers, man. That is halfway to 1,000. So keep the grind going. I'm going to try to keep it going for as much as I can for you guys. Because, I love doing this. And, it's been a thing that, I like doing. And, can continue on as I go throughout my years. But again, appreciate everybody for coming through and tuning in. Everyone hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Appreciate everybody for coming through as always. But let's get to the real stuff. Yes, no, sir. Music's great. Cut that beat, though. Thank you. Let's go through the chat here before we get started like we always do every time. Bleacher being the first one in. What's going on, Bleacher? Appreciate you for coming through. So let's go Sixers. You already know. MC pretty much saying the same thing. What's going on? So go Sixers. You already know. You both already know what it is. Everyone hit that like button. You guys coming in here. Appreciate you all. But yeah, man, we have the Raptors tonight. So, turns out in terms of the Raptors injury report that Otto Porter Jr., the former Golden State Warrior, now playing for the Toronto Raptors, is ruled out. But the guard for the Toronto Raptors, Scotty Barnes, is going to play this game for Toronto. Didn't know that until I saw the tweet come out from Keith Pompey saying that the Raptors starters and Scotty Barnes is on there, so we will see Scotty Barnes in this game tonight for Toronto. For Philly, they said that DeAnthony Melton was a game time decision, but we'll see if he comes off the bench or not because he's obviously not in the starting lineup, as we pretty much know already. If you guys have been living under a rock as well, but we'll see if DeAnthony Melton plays, and I thought he had a really solid game last game against it was the Pacers. I think he had a great game last time. He put up 11 off the bench, which is good. Great to see him hopefully start to get back into his groove a little bit. Hopefully, hope to keep that up when it comes to bench points and bench production. And the same thing coming out of players like George Niang, Daniel House, Montrezl Harrell. In garbage time, players like Jaden Springer. And then, obviously, looking to hopefully see everyone get going here. James Harden, Embiid, Maxey, Tobias Harris, and especially someone I want to step up, especially in particular, is P.J. Tucker. If you're going to be in the starting line, you better be putting up double-digit points a game. So far, P.J. Tucker has not shown that, so I'm looking at it for a big game out of him tonight. If he doesn't start putting it together, I think we might want to go ahead and move him to the bench and, bring on a guy like I don't know what you could go with here. You could make a starting lineup change if Tucker doesn't start putting up the points for you like he should. But we will see what happens tonight with PJ Tucker. Hopefully he can give us the best production that he can in the starting lineup. But I'm hopefully confident that Embiid, Maxey, Harden, and Tobias Harris will all be able to put up some points. But especially Maxey. Maxey's also another player that has to step up as well. Take more shot attempts and, hopefully start knocking some of these shots down when it all comes down to it. Because he's supposed to be what people are saying could be an all-star guard for the Eastern Conference. But we'll see what happens tonight with Maxey. I mean, no Otto Porter for off the bench for Toronto. Don't know if DeAnthony Melton's playing or not since he was on the injury report, like I said before. But we will see if he does come off the bench. And if not, then we'll probably see more production out of players like Daniel House, George Niang, probably some more Shake Milton, Furkan Korkmaz, Matisse Thybulle. And you know how it goes just straight down the line. But y'all pretty much know what it is, man. Game about to get started here. Game should be started here in just a couple minutes. People are going through their warm-ups and everything. So the game should start in just a few moments. Sorry about that, guys, but I totally forgot my water bottle as I was getting over to my little area. Scotiabank Arena is just getting packed with probably the Toronto fans and all the screaming loud Toronto fans that will be there. The 1-3 Philadelphia 76ers against the 2-2 Toronto Raptors in Scotiabank Arena. The first of two on the road for the Sixers in Scotiabank Arena outside, technically, of the United States. We'll see who takes the win tonight, guys. Drop your score predictions in the chat. Let me know who you guys think is going to win tonight's game. So looks like, based on what Keith Pompey is saying, that DeAnthony Melton needs one three-pointer to reach 300 for his career. Looks like what Keith Pompey is going ahead and saying. It looks like DeAnthony Melton is going to play this game since he is going to go ahead and bring up something about DeAnthony Melton for tonight. And it looks like DeAnthony Melton is going to play in this case, so hopefully it gives us some bench production. Hopefully we bring on the defense. We bring everything to this scrappy team that we're facing in Scotiabank Arena. Let's bring everything that we have to this team. This is a scrappy team by any means. Such a scrappy team. Need a big game pretty much out of everyone. PJ Tucker, he'll probably give us anything that he can, but I'm really still hoping that he can step up in some type of way. Because, he hasn't brought up the expectations for the Sixers in terms of the production in the starting five. He really hasn't put up the production that we've been expecting. We've expected more from PJ Tucker, and I think this has to be a game that And I think this has to be a game where PJ Tucker can step up, potentially. There's this guy on Twitter named, with the Twitter handle Wojnarowski, saying that the Sixers are trading Al Horford to the Bucks for 2 first-round picks. First of all, Al Horford is not even on the team anymore, okay? He's on the Celtics. And second of all, that whole trade is absolutely false. So, get that out of my face. But we need a big game out of everyone tonight. This is a scrappy team we're going up against, and per usual, they pretty much have a better record. So, this needs to be a big game. Guys, drop your score predictions in the chat. We got 4 people. Salute to the 4 people. And there are 2 of them that are in here. Guys, we need to keep hitting the like button. We only got 2 likes, and we got 4 people in the chat. And when you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. You know, it's sport possible, people. Again, guys, 31 subscribers away from 500, halfway, which is almost halfway to 1,000. So, again, just appreciate everybody for the support and this journey that I've been coming through. And at the same time, definitely something that I want to continue to keep on doing as my life goes on. Chris Bivians, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. So we here, you already know, man. You already know. Back doing another Sixers play-by-play. Appreciate you for coming through. By the way, Chris Bivians, if you have not done so, my guy, hit that like button on the stream. And since I do not recognize your account, my guy, hit that subscribe button as well to get Philly sports content pretty much almost, if not every single day now of the year, because I've been trying to get consistent with the content, and that's pretty much been one of the ways that I've been getting more subscribers is being more consistent with the content than what I have in the past. Phillies winning it all. I hope so, man. We have one round to go. One more round. We got one more. Got one more round, man. Actually, brother, since the Phillies games. Hey, appreciate it, man. And Chris Bivian, since you're just coming in here, I'm not sure if you heard this or not, but I said earlier in the stream that on Friday I will be streaming the Phillies game instead of the Sixers' second game in Scotiabank Arena against the Raptors. So be sure to tune in on Friday as well, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through yet again. Now, assume you're subscribed to the channel. If it changes to 470, then we are good. Chris Bivians, let me know if you subbed up to the channel or not, because it still says 469. But appreciate you for coming through, Chris Bivians. Appreciate you. And Chris Bivians, as long as you're not spamming in the chat the same stuff and you're not being disrespectful, you're always welcome here by any means, my guy. Appreciate you. Here we go. Starting live should soon come in for both teams. But hopefully Harden has another big game. Same going with Embiid while he's dealing with the plantar fasciitis. Tobias hopefully will have another big game. And then hopefully Maxey can step up. And then same going to PJ Tucker and this entire bench. And apparently we're going to go through more commercials. So in this case, now that the commercials are going in, we'll have to keep on waiting. So a while back, I don't think I realized that if you did sub a while back or not. Not sure if your name was Chris Bivians or if you changed that to something else and then changed it to Chris Bivians. But if you subbed a while back, man, great to see you back in the chat. But I don't know what your original name was if you changed the name to Chris Bivians. Appreciate you, my guy. But yeah, Chris Bivians, I will be doing the Phillies game on Friday because of the first game of the World Series, and I want to try to keep up with the Phillies as much as I possibly can, and Friday will be the start of that. But I'm gonna kind of go back and forth with Phillies and the Sixers since it's their time right now. I haven't done a regular season play-by-play. Since the Phillies and the Sixers are both occurring right now, and I haven't done a regular season play-by-play for the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm gonna kind of be going back and forth with both teams. So if I miss a night for the Phillies or if I miss a night for the Sixers, then just to let you know, I just will be going back and forth. Was that in the Astros series, or was that the second to last series? Was that the very last game of the season? That's when I joined in. All right. Joey, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. Joey E, hit that like button, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through to this stream. Everyone hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, man. Continue to grind out content pretty much almost if not every single day of the year now. And we're going to keep this up for quite some time. We're going to keep this up for a while. Everyone, man, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and hit that like button. As it says on the pinned comment in the live chat. So hopefully all these commercials get off the screen soon because that'd be fantastic. because we want to watch this game. We want to watch a basketball game. We don't want to stare at commercials, for heaven's sakes. But yeah, here we go. About to get this game started. And now the starting lineups come in for both teams. So for the Philadelphia 76ers is James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, and Joel Embiid. For the Toronto Raptors is Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes. And at the 5, they will go with Pascal Siakam. Like I said, Scotty Barnes making his return tonight, so good thing Scotty Barnes is back, but, we're not going to let Scotty Barnes, go heavy on us in terms of scoring points. We got to shut this team down, but glad to see that Scotty Barnes is back because that man, if I'm not mistaken, he was either a contender for Rookie of the Year last year or was Rookie of the Year. Sports Nerd, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. So, bro, Joey got the same name as me. And he also said awkward. Joey said, nah, it's just a nickname. Oh, well. It's all good, man. It's all good. Sports Nerd, if you haven't done so, my guy, hit that like button. I know you're subscribed to the channel, so appreciate it for subbing up to the channel. And Sports Nerd, I know you were talking about some advice that you wanted me to give you. Just hit me up on Instagram, like you said in the last stream that I did. Just hit me up on Instagram. You already know what the handle is. It's all obviously right here. So, and I know you follow me, so just hit me up in the DMs on Insta. But the tip-off about to get underway here. Pascal Siakam and Joel Embiid to both do the tip-off as usual because they are the 2 tallest members on the team, and the centers always do it. But here we go. This game is about to get started here in Toronto. Let's go. So, other guys, if you heard a little noise in the background, apparently some random phone number was calling me for literally no reason. As the tip-off is underway, and the Raptors will win it, so here we go. Fred VanVleet with the ball here for the Raptors. Going to his right, coming inside. Drops it to Scotty Barnes over to Anunoby. Anunoby coming inside. Anunoby matching up with Tobias Harris. Anunoby spinning. Anunoby tries to go up for 2. That is blocked, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. So the Sixers already coming with some early defense. Harden with the ball coming inside. And it will be off Harden's knee, and a turnover now for the Sixers. So Fred VanVleet. They showed Fred VanVleet on the camera. Make him look special. Probably was the one making the play. But now Scotty Barnes gets over to Siakam, over to Gary Trent. Trent over to VanVleet. VanVleet matching up with Maxey around the screen. VanVleet coming inside. VanVleet gets blocked by Maxey. So some early defense from the Sixers and the Raptors pretty much as well. But here comes Maxey with the ball. Maxey coming inside. Maxey, the 2 is good. The Sixers are on the board about 1 minute into this game. VanVleet with the ball gets over to Siakam. Siakam matching up with PJ Tucker. Siakam looking. Siakam coming inside. Lays one up, and that is missed. Siakam misses an underhand layup. A finger roll layup is missed by Pascal Siakam. Now Harden's got the ball here for the Sixers. Harden looking for options, finds Embiid. Embiid wide open, shoots a jump shot for 2. That is good for Joel Embiid from the side, inside of the 3-point line. 4-0 Sixers. Scotty Barnes gets it over to Siakam. Siakam pump fakes. Siakam comes inside. Siakam kicks it out to Scotty Barnes. A 3. That is good for Scotty Barnes to get the Raptors on the board. Here's Maxey with the ball, matching up with Fred VanVleet. Maxey needs to have a bigger game tonight. He had a layup earlier. Maxey gets it out to Harden. Harden, backwards pass to Maxey through his legs. Maxey pump fakes. Gets out to Tucker over to Embiid. Embiid out to Harden. Harden looks like he was open for a second. Gets it back out to Embiid. Embiid taking a 3 at the top of the key. And it'll be a shot clock violation despite the fact Joel Embiid did make the shot. It was off too late. They should have took a chance with James Harden, or Harden should have got it out to Embiid earlier. But here we go. Here's Siakam with the ball. Siakam gets it over to Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent matching up with Harden around the screen. Gary Trent comes back, gets out to VanVleet over to Siakam, who shoots a 3, and that is good for Pascal Siakam. So the Raptors are already getting started here with Pascal Siakam, I think, having the first 6 points of the game here for the Raptors. Now here we go. Maxey gets it over to Harden. Harden matching up against Fred VanVleet. Gets out to Embiid. Embiid matching up with Scotty Barnes. Embiid spinning twice. Embiid coming inside. Puts up a finger roll, and that is good for Joel Embiid to tie this up just like that. But now Siakam taking this ball down the floor here for the Raptors. Siakam shoots a three. That's good for Pascal Siakam. Someone get a body on Siakam, please. Get a body on him. Why isn't Embiid on Siakam? Please. Harden with the ball. Harden gets it over to Tucker. Tucker gets it out to Embiid. Embiid pump faking. Embiid kicking it out to Harden. Harden looks like he's open for a second. Harden's going to come inside, take the shot, and it should be a shooting foul. And Harden should go to the line for two. Foul will be against OG Anunoby here for the Raptors. Go through the chat here for a little bit. I'm going to do that either after the game or tomorrow. Yeah, just hit me up by the day, man. I'll figure some stuff out with you. Direct action to the Robert Quinn trade. I had a YouTube short about that earlier, Joey, so if you want to check that out, you can go ahead. The first one for Harden is good at the line. And now the Sixers are down by 2, 9-7, with 8:50 left to go in the first quarter. We routed the Bears? Absolutely we did. I mean, Robert Quinn's old. I mean, he's 32 years old, so I mean, I think a fourth-round pick makes sense for them, as the second one is also good for James Harden. Joey changed from last night, Joel. Joey goes, what do you mean? Oh, I changed my profile pic. So my old one was trash. But here we go. Fred VanVleet with the ball. Gets it over to Scotty Barnes. Barnes out to Siakam. Siakam looking. Still looking. Matching up with Tucker. Kicks out to Fred VanVleet. VanVleet coming inside. VanVleet, a two. That's airballed by Fred VanVleet. When was the last time you saw Fred VanVleet airball? Here we go. Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Kicks out to Tucker. Tucker tries to keep it in bounds. And it will be a turnover just like that, and Tucker cannot hold on. And Gary Trent now in the corner for three for the Raptors. That's no good, and it's rebounded by the Sixers as Tobias Harris has it now and brings it down the floor. Harris with the ball here for the Sixers. Harris kicks out to Harden. Harden out to Tucker. Tucker in the corner for three. And that is no good, and it's rebounded by the Raptors, and Scotty Barnes has it. Kicks out to Gary Trent, who will easily lay it up and in, and the Sixers are down by 3, 11-8 to the Raptors. Maxey with the ball here for the Sixers. Maxey kicks out to Harris. Harris pump fakes. Try to kick it out to Harden, but it will be deflected and it will go out of bounds by OG Anunoby. So the refs are tripping. I'll go see that vid right now. I'll be right back. It's all good, man. It's about a minute, man. If you're still in here, Joey. Here we go. Maxey do the inbound pass here for the Sixers. Inbounds it to Harden. Harden matching up with OG Anunoby. Harden rolls it over to Embiid. Embiid looking out to Harden. Harden coming inside. Harden spinning for days. Out to Embiid. Embiid a three. That's good for Joel Embiid to tie this up at 11. Joel Embiid with a beautiful shot. So it looks like that plantar fasciitis for now is not bothering Embiid for now. We'll see how it is later in the game as Anunoby comes inside for two, and that is good for OG Anunoby. Pass Tobias Harris. Harden gets it down to Maxey. Maxey, the three. That is no good for Tyrese Maxey. It goes off the front and the back of the rim and does miss. Siakam gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby looking. Kicks out to Scotty Barnes. Barnes a wide open three. That's no good, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. Raptors still ahead by 2, 13-11. Harden gets over to Embiid. Embiid under the basket is good. Even with the contact by, looks like it was Pascal Siakam, Embiid still gets it in. Boosh. Or rather, that's Anunoby with the two. That's no good, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. Harden with the ball here, bringing it down the other end. Harden looking, and that'll be a turnover here for the Sixers. And Anunoby bring this down the other end, drops it down to Scotty Barnes, and that will be a two-pointer. It looks like it's going to be a foul, too. I think against Joel Embiid. Looks like it's going to be an and one. But Embiid with a beautiful shot right there with the three-pointer. But then the costly turnover. This is going to be a close game no matter what. I don't care how good the Raptors are. I don't care how bad they are, and I don't care how good or bad the Sixers are. The Raptors, no matter what their record is, they are a scrappy team. They still have Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam. They added Scotty Barnes from last year. They're a scrappy team. They're a team that comes prepared, and they're a team that wants to win. They're a determined team, which is what scrappy means if you guys want to study that up for vocabulary. That's probably your vocab word of the night right there if you all want to learn something. I think I got to that. Yes, sir, indeed. I'm going to be right back. Be back in 10 to 15 minutes. All right, Joey. Go do whatever you need to do, man. Guys, appreciate all the likes on here. We got 5 likes. Appreciate everybody, man. Guys, everyone keep sharing this out as well. We need more people up in this chat. Let's go. Guys, keep sharing this out. We need more people up in this chat, man. Let's go. But yeah, guys, this will be a fun and competitive game to watch, man. B has 9 of the Sixers, 13 points so far in the first quarter. Maxey with 2 and Harden with 2. So, looks like that plantar fasciitis is not bothering Joel Embiid right now, which was what kind of bothered him the first 2 games in the season. But up to this point, it looks like it has not bothered Embiid since that point where he started really having like an off night. Whenever he had an off night so far in the first 4 games of the season. But whenever he had an off night, it looks like the plantar fasciitis up to this point is not bothering Embiid anymore. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will stay that way. Fingers crossed. I am praying it stays that way because I cannot afford my center to sit his butt on the bench and have Montrezl Harrell sub him for him. Have Montrezl Harrell step in for him for a couple games. Hey, there you go, SportsCenter. There you go. Embiid so far in this game, 9 points, 4 for 4 from the field, and a 3-pointer made as well. Yeah, good for you, SportsCenter. Keep doing the content, man. Keep grinding with that content. As apparently, we have VanVleet to the line for an uncontested free throw, and that one is good. So now the Raptors will be up 14-13. I don't know what happened, but someone must have had a technical, so it was a free throw and possession. So it's an inbound here. VanVleet inbounds it to Siakam over to Gary Trent. Back to VanVleet. VanVleet around the screen. VanVleet coming inside. Alley-oops it. Fails on the alley-oop, but is able to get it. I believe that was 35 for the Raptors. Number 35 being Christian Koloko. So that's a good bucket right there for the Raptors. But Sixers need to answer as Harden gets this over to Maxey. Maxey gets over to Embiid. Embiid losing the ball, but it will be a foul against the Raptors. As Embiid's got to stay focused here. He has got to stay focused. He is pretty much the leader on this team, and the foul will be against Christian Koloko. Here we go. Maxey will inbound this here to James Harden. Harden matching up with Siakam. Harden standing at the logo. Harden putting moves all over Siakam. Harden trying to use that footwork. And Maxey coming up the baseline now as he gets it to Maxey. And now we blocked at the rim. I believe that might have been Koloko. But VanVleet shucks it over to Gary Trent. Gary Trent kicking it back out to VanVleet. VanVleet coming inside, spinning around Maxey, lays one up, and it is no good, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. Maxey now with the ball here for Philly. Maxey kicks this out to Harden. Harden matching up. Well, that is Christian Koloko, if not him. That is OG Anunoby. Embiid kicking it out to Harris. Harris on the inside for 2. It's no good off the back of the rim, and it's rebounded by the Raptors. VanVleet with the ball here for Toronto. VanVleet chucks it over to Gary Trent. Gary Trent taking a 3. That's no good off the back of the rim, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. PJ Tucker with the ball gets over to Harden. Harden taking the ball down the floor. Looks like the Anthony Melton going to be, well, it looks like the first one off the bench. And Harden coming inside, kicks it down to Embiid. And Embiid with the one-handed jam gets it to go. The one-handed jackhammer by Joel Embiid. to put the Sixers down by 1. What a one-handed jackhammer by Joel. Here we go. Siakam with the ball. Siakam takes the three-pointer. That is good for Pascal Siakam. Can someone, for the love of God, lock down Pascal Siakam? Where's Joel Embiid on him? What are we setting up, Doc? Playing small ball with... What are we doing, Doc? Playing small ball against Siakam over here? Like, why are we putting small guys on him? Put Joel Embiid on Siakam. Put a center on Siakam. Put a power forward on Siakam. At least someone, for the love of God, that can play defense. Please. I'm begging you, Doc. Seriously, Embiid with that one-handed jackhammer off the James Harden assist. That was beautiful. It looks like Embiid's going to get some early rest time here as Montrezl Harrell checked into the game, as well as DeAnthony Melton. Tucker gets this over to Harden. Harden looking for options. Harden coming inside. Harden looking. Harden kicks this out to Harris. Harris pump fakes. Harris, the 2 is no good. Gets the rebound out to Tucker. Tucker, the 3. That is no good for PJ Tucker either, and it's rebounded by the Raptors. Come on, guys. We've got to pick this up. Siakam kicks this out. Precious Achiuwa, the 3 is no good, and it's rebounded by Montrezl Harrell for the Sixers. Gets it over to DeAnthony Melton, out to Harden. Harden coming inside. Harden on the inside, and that will count for James Harden and the foul as well. So James Harden to go to the line for one more for the Sixers. Chance to put the Sixers down by 1. The foul will be against Pascal Siakam. If I'm not mistaken, that is Pascal Siakam's first of the night. If not his first, that is his second. But I'm glad Joel Embiid's getting aggressive so far in this game. I really am glad Joel Embiid is, playing his game right. So James Harden here to shoot this free throw, which the free throw by Harden is missed off the rim. So James Harden does not end up making the three-point play. Here we go. Siakam with the ball gets over to Gary Trent. Gary Trent coming inside. Gary Trent looking out to Achiuwa. Achiuwa coming inside now. Spinning on Harden. Achiuwa kicks out to Siakam. Siakam with the deep 3. That's good for Pascal Siakam. Can we please, for the love of God, lock down Siakam? Why is Montrezl Harrell not on Siakam right now? Harrell with the ball coming inside, puts up a 2. It's no good, but he will be fouled as he goes up to the rim. Foul will be against Christian Koloko, if I'm not mistaken on who that is. So far, in terms of three-pointers, Sixers are 1 for 4. Raptors are 5 for 9. Mainly the majority of those three-pointers are mostly by Pascal Siakam. But Montrezl Harrell left the line to shoot 2. And the first one for Montrezl Harrell is no good off the side of the rim. Come on, Montrez! We need points here. It's a scrappy team we're playing here. You not know this? Oh, for alternate accounts. Joking, I knew that. Let's use Matisse more. Harden. Dang. And then the second one for Montrezl. How do you miss both, Montrezl Harrell? What are you doing? Here we go. Get it over to Siakam. Siakam with the ball. Also, Nick Nurse is a very good coach, man. So, something to keep an eye on is how Nick Nurse coaches. But Siakam with the ball here. Siakam looking. Siakam a step back 2, and that's good for Pascal Siakam. So, for Pascal Siakam has just been automatic. Siakam has been automatic so far. Harden with the ball. Harden. Step back 3 for James. That is good for James Harden, plus the foul. Taken to the line for one more. James Harden just risking his body on the line and will be fouled by Chris Boucher. And James Harden to shoot one more. Daniel House, I believe, checked in the game as well for the Sixers. So, looks like they're going to Harden, Melton, Harris, Daniel House, and Montrezl Harrell. So they're doing a little bit of first and second string players. We got to make the free throws. I know. I know they're free throws. Yes, I know. Just both. Did Harden ever not miss his free throws, man? I mean, that's I think that missed free throw by James Harden. I think that was the first time he missed a free throw this season. I think that was the first time James Harden missed a free throw. But Embiid off to a quick 11 points so far to begin the game. I really like that from Joel, that he's staying aggressive, not letting the plantar fasciitis bother him and anything like that. So I'm glad that's not bothering Joel Embiid. That's what we want to hear. Yeah, man, I'm glad that plantar fasciitis is not bothering Joel. I'm glad it's not bothering him. Water again. Embiid is my biological father, no cap. But James Harden so far, he's looking good too. I mean, James Harden so far with 7 points in the starting lineup. But Siakam so far for the Raptors is just carrying them nonstop. If we clamp up Siakam and these guys keep playing like this, Gary Trent, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Christian Koloko, if they keep playing like that and we shut down Siakam, we just got to find a way to get this done. 26 plus points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 9 plus assists per game through the first 4 games of the season. Since 1982 to 1983, there's only been 2 players to do it. That's this season's James Harden and the 2016 to 2017 version of Russell Westbrook. Beautiful step back by Harden, and the foul by Christian Koloko would send him to the line for one more, which is where James Harden is headed. We need James Harden to reduce this to a 1-score game here. And the free throw by Harden is good that time. Missed 1 free throw. Hopefully not to miss a second one tonight. Because can't afford to miss free throws. I mean, Montrezl Harrell already missed 2. Free throws, Sixers are 3 for 6. Raptors are 1 for 1. Siakam with the ball here for the Raptors. Gets it over to Scotty Barnes. Out to Achua, who shoots a 3 from the corner. That's good for Precious Achua. And, man, we got to start clamping these guys up, man. Worsner said, yes, we made a free throw. I know, man. I know. I understand. It's Christmas. I wish it was Christmas, man. I wish it was. But here's Montrezl Harrell with the ball. Harrell gets it over to James Harden. Harden coming inside. Harden spinning. Harden step back 2 from the free throw line. That's no good, and it's rebounded by Chris Boucher, who gets this out to Scotty Barnes. Barnes gets this over to, I believe that was Chua, who kicks it out to Boucher, and that one's good for 3 for Chris Boucher, and that it's going to put the Raptors up by 9. We got to score, man. We got to score and play defense here. Harrell with the ball. Putting it absolutely nowhere. Putting that in no man's land. Looks like VanVleet was the last one to touch that. Between him and Boucher, one of them was the last one to touch it. But I'm telling you, man, Siakam is literally just carrying the Raptors. He's carrying them. Joel Embiid to get back into the game here, so Embiid getting straight back to work. D'Anthony Melton do the inbound. But as they inbound now, they inbound to Maxey. Maxey with the ball, matching up with Boucher. Maxey with the ball coming around the screen. Maxey kicking out to Niang in the corner for 3. That's good for George Niang. George Niang, has been getting much better off the bench. I'm going to say that. He's been getting better. That's what he's worked on in the offseason, working on that jump shot. Here's Scotty Barnes with the ball, gets it over to Pascal Siakam. Siakam matching up with Daniel House. Siakam looking, coming inside. Siakam kicks this out to Achua. Achua coming inside. Achua kicks this out to VanVleet, out to Siakam. Siakam gets it over to VanVleet. A 3, if that would have went in, which of course Achua puts it back in. If that would have went in by Fred VanVleet, I would have lost my mind because that was probably one of the highest arcing 3-pointers that I've ever seen. Embiid with step back 2 is no good, and Daniel House does not get the rebound. Come on, guys. We got to be better than this. Siakam, the 2 is no good, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2. And rough start. Foul's going to be against D'Anthony Melton. Rough start for the Sixers, man. I mean, scoring's okay, but I mean, you got to help out Joel Embiid. You got to help him out because Joel Embiid so far is leading this squad. Between Joel Embiid and James Harden, they're carrying the team right now by any means. James Harden also putting up some road production here in the first half. And yes, Sportsner, I see all the emojis. As the first one for Siakam is missed. We need every miss by the Raptors that we can get up to this point if the Raptors are going to keep playing like this. Siakam so far with 14 points in the game, 5 for 6 from the field, 4 for 4 from 3. He has been automatic from 3 so far in this game. And the second one for Siakam is good that time. Siakam misses one, but not another. So now Raptors are up by 9. Maxey gets it over to Niang. Niang try to kick it out to Melton. I don't know why Niang just didn't keep that. But now Van Vliet with the ball here for the Raptors. Van Vliet gets it over to Scotty Barnes. Barnes kicks it out to, I believe that's a chew over to Siakam. Siakam matching up with Daniel House. Siakam looking, dribbling like crazy. Kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes, the 2 is good. Come on, guys. Where is the defense? Well, 35 points in the first quarter. Maxey kicks it out to Melton. And that one's good for DeAnthony Melton to end off the first quarter to put the Sixers down by 8. After the end of the first by a score of 35-27 at the end of the first. We'll go to the second quarter once all the commercials wrap up. Good thing the Sixers are just down by 8, not more than that. By carrying, do you mean barely managing to let your fans have sanity? No, what I mean by carrying for Joel Embiid and Pascal Siakam and James Harden on the Sixers side too is that they're the ones putting up the most production and no one else around them is helping. That's what I mean by carrying. Like, for example, Joel Embiid and James Harden combined, they have 19 of the Sixers' 24 points right now. No one else is helping them out whatsoever. And then for the Raptors, hold up, whenever I can figure this out, right? And then as for the Toronto Raptors, Pascal Siakam with 14 points, everyone else with a combined 10 points. Or rather, Pascal Siakam with 15 points, everyone else with a combined 20. So, that's what I mean by carrying. Like, when one person or, like, 2 people are absolutely just carrying, I just mean that in terms of what I mean is that they have the majority of a team's points is what I mean by carrying. But the Sixers have to step up, man. They gotta figure out the defense here. Sixers need to figure out their defense here. That's for sure. Tobias Harris with no points on the board in the first quarter, and same with PJ Tucker. Those 2 need to get on the board, and they need to get on the board in a hurry. Otherwise, we're going to have to play Joel Embiid and James Harden a lot more since they are putting up 19 of our 27 points so far in the after the first quarter. But at least the Sixers have 6 early bench points. But yeah, man, Sixers got to find a way to keep things going here. Here we go. Maxey with the ball. To begin the second quarter, gets out to Niang over to Embiid. Embiid down to Daniel House. Daniel House pump fakes. Comes inside. House kicks out to Niang. Out to Maxey. Maxey coming inside. Out to Melton. Melton comes inside as well with the finger roll. Is good for DeAnthony Melton. And get this spammer out of here. Block him. And now here we go. Here's Fred VanVleet with the ball. VanVleet coming inside. VanVleet going back outside. VanVleet over to Barnes. Back to VanVleet. VanVleet kicking it out to Achua. Achua Still holding on to the ball, puts up a 2. It's no good, and it's not even close. Rebounded by the Sixers. Sixers need to continue to just take advantage. Here we go. Melton with the ball. Melton kicking out to Maxey. Maxey, a deep 3. That's good for Tyrese Maxey. First points of the... Actually, no, that's 5 points now for Maxey on that note. I was going to say first points of the game for Maxey, but it's Tucker and Harris with no points in the starting lineup. But here we go. Fred VanVleet with the ball. Sixers made this down to a 3-point game. VanVleet kicks it out to Anunoby. Out to Achua. Achua with the 3 ball. That's no good. And it's rebounded by the Sixers. Melton fighting forward and gets it. Melton kicks out to Maxey. Maxey, another 3. That's no good for Maxey. That one looked good from here. That one looked good. But turns out it was a miss. And now Barnes with the ball gets over to Achua. Achua over to VanVleet. VanVleet out to Achua. Achua coming inside. Shoots a 2. Tries to go with the layup. It's no good. And then Barnes tries to pull one back. That's no good either. But a foul is called. Looks like it will be a shooting foul as well. Scotty Barnes looks like he's going to head to the line. And looks like it's going to be against D'Anthony Melton. 35 points in the first quarter for the Toronto Raptors, which is the season high points in any quarter so far this season. So it looks like the foul is against D'Anthony Melton. Scotty Barnes to go to the line to shoot 2. First one for Barnes is good for sure. And now the Raptors are back up by 4. Scotty Barnes this season so far averaging 14.3 points a game, 4 assists a game. And then I forget how many assists. And the second one is also good by Scotty Barnes. Take care of Sports Nerd. Take care, my guy. I appreciate you for coming through for the little bit you had time for. But here's Embiid with the ball. Fakes it over to Melton, and looks like a foul will be called here. I think it'll be against Chua. Embiid is grabbing his face. They're showing Scotty Barnes for a little bit, so might be against Scotty Barnes. Hopefully Embiid's okay. I mean, I don't know what's going on here with Joel. No, it's on Boucher. B keeps grabbing his face, and I don't like that. It's a concern. But Melton with the ball gets over to Maxey. Maxey matching up with VanVleet. Back to Melton. Melton matching up with the Chua. Gets over to Embiid. Embiid pump faking. Embiid out to House. House pump faking. Shoots the 3. That's no good for Daniel House, and it's rebounded by Scotty Barnes for the Raptors. Gets over to VanVleet. VanVleet making moves. Kicks out to Achua. Achua back to VanVleet. VanVleet out to Barnes. Barnes kicks out to Boucher. Boucher looking. Still looking. Boucher, the 2, is no good. Goes around the rim and misses, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. Sixers still down by 5. Melton going to his left. Gets over to Niang. Niang up to Embiid. Embiid gets in a double team. And Joel cannot finish the layup. Come on, Joel, you got to make that. VanVleet out to Anunoby wide open for 3. That's good. You cannot leave these shooters wide open. They're too experienced. You cannot let these shooters get open. Maxey kicks out to Niang. Niang out to Melton. Melton looking. Kicks out to Embiid over to Niang. Niang the 3 ball. That's no good as that one comes up short and it's rebounded by the Raptors. We need to make our shots and start playing defense, man. VanVleet gets out to Boucher for 3. That's good. Oh, my gosh. Can we stop leaving these guys wide open? What are we doing leaving experienced shooters like this wide open? What are we doing? What are we doing right now? Like, Doc, what are we setting up? Why are our guys not on their guys? It doesn't make sense. I don't know what you're doing, Doc, but fix this up. I don't know what the scheme is looking like here, but Doc, you got to fix this up, man. Because this is terrible. That's terrible. That's a terrible defensive look right there. It's terrible. That's so bad. That's so bad. That's horrible. Can never do that. You can never do that whatsoever. You can't leave experienced shooters like that wide open. That's something that we have been known for I don't care however many past few years it's been. We have been known for leaving shooters wide open. That has got to stop. I'm sick and tired of us leaving shooters wide open like this. I'm sick and tired of it. Seriously, everyone's like, they're hitting their threes, they're hitting their twos. Siakam's pretty much carrying the Raptors up to this point. Like, I'm sick and tired of the way we've been closing out our defense. Especially when someone's trying to take a shot and when nobody's there. Can we please lock up on defense? Can we please get on our guys? Like, I don't know what the game plan is here by Doc Rivers or by any of these guys, but so far they are not showing the way they should be playing this season with what should be this good of a team. They're not showing it right now. And you know, they gotta clean this up. They have to clean this up, and they have to clean this up quick. Because we don't have time to keep playing this game where we leave the shooters wide open and they shoot their shots and make it look easy. And we can't also miss easy opportunities. And we can't let that defense of Toronto bother us. We can't. We can't afford this anymore. Us Sixers fans, we're sick and tired of this happening all the time. We're sick and tired of it, man. We got to stop that. To have any chance, we cannot leave these shooters wide open for these points. And we need to find a way to score points, too, on top of that as well. Come on, man. We got to clean this up. Let's go. So far, the Raptors have make this look like it's literally just a walk in the park. But Niang now to inbound this to Maxey. Here we go with the second quarter resuming. Maxey with the ball. Maxey matches up with Fred VanVleet. Maxey around the screen. Maxey coming inside. Puts up a layup, and that is good with the finger roll layup by Tyrese Maxey. And Maxey's like, it's whatever. Let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about defense, boys. And I have to agree with Maxey on what he's hopefully trying to say to his teammates. But VanVleet comes around the screen, comes inside, kicks out to Boucher. Boucher in the corner for three. That's airball, and it's rebounded by the Raptors. Achua kicks this out to VanVleet. VanVleet to his right. VanVleet a long two, and that's good for Fred VanVleet. Can we please lock up on these shooters? Jeez. Here's Maxey with the ball here for the Sixers. Maxey with the reverse layup is good. So Tyrese Maxey with 4 early points to begin after the timeout by the Sixers. But VanVleet kicks us out to Scotty Barnes over to Boucher. And Boucher with the reverse dunk. Come on, guys. Where is the defense and where's the energy? Come on, guys. What are we slacking for? Here we go. Here's Maxey with the ball. Maxey. Match him up with VanVleet. Gets over to Harris. Harris over to Embiid. Embiid getting double teamed. Embiid finding Harris again. Harris with the three. That's no good. Tobias, I believe, still looking for his first points of the game. And the answer is yes. We still have 2 starters with no points on the board, man. We got to pick this up. And Boucher is able to make the 2, and that is good. The Raptors up 13. Jeez Louise. Here we go. DeAnthony Melton with the ball. Melton up the baseline, shoots the 2. That is good. So far, the entirety of the Sixers bench has more points than Tobias Harris and PJ Tucker combined. Here's Fred VanVleet gets over to Anunoby. Anunoby coming inside and absolutely just slams it with 2 hands for 2. You've got to be kidding me. What is this defense, Doc? Doc, we can't settle. What are we settling for? We're settling like this is lazy land. Niang with the ball. It looks like a foul is coming in here against, I would assume it's against Fred VanVleet, but I don't know who it would also be against. It looks like it's going to be against Precious Achiuwa, actually. But like, Doc, this is not like a team that's going to be one of the worst teams in the conference. This could be a playoff team right here, Doc. This could be a playoff team. Why do you make it look like on defense that this is going to be one of the worst teams in the league, Doc? Like, step it up. James Harden with the ball, checking back into the game. So far, the entire Sixers starting lineup is in. Harden gets this over to Embiid. Embiid with the fading 2 is no good, but he will be fouled, and he'll be fouled by OG Anunoby. We need every bucket we can get at this point. And we got to start holding the Raptors up on defense because I'm sick and tired of what we're doing right now. in terms of our defense because, like, we're slacking out here thinking this is one of the most mediocre teams in all of basketball. This team is not mediocre. This team is a playoff team. I don't care if it's only been, if this is the 5th game of the season. They're going to be a playoff team. At the very least, the play-in tournament is where they're getting. We need to stop making this look like this is a mediocre team, Doc. Step it up. First one's good for Joel Embiid at the line. God bless Joel Embiid, though, man, because that man is like, without him, we'd be down bad right now, to be completely honest with you. But also, James Harden has to find a way to keep things going as well. And same thing, Tobias Harris has to step it up. PJ Tucker's got to step it up. And this bench needs to keep doing what they're doing. The second one is also good for Joel Embiid. Here we go, 6:20 left here in the first half. Scotty Barnes to bring the ball down the floor for the Raptors. Barnes gets it over to Gary Trent. Gary Trent coming with a step back three on the beat, and that will be airballed, and it'll go the other way. Hopefully that gives the Sixers a little bit of life here to hopefully find a way to come back in the first half. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Nick Nurse without glasses, honestly, because that is the way he looks on the court tonight. But here's Tobias Harris with the ball, gets it over to Maxey. Maxey standing at the logo. Maxey around the screen, gets out to Embiid. Embiid spinning. Embiid looking for options. Embiid still looking, gets out to Harden. Harden, step back three for him is no good. It rolls around the rim and misses. And it's rebounded by Toronto. Siakam bring the ball down the floor. Siakam puts up a layup, and that is good. Are you serious? Why are we making Pascal Siakam look like Steph Curry? He's a forward/center. And Harden, no foul being called, and now foul will be called. I believe that's going to be against Kem Birch, and not him. It's going to be against Scotty Barnes, but it looks like it is going to be against Kem Birch. Harden did not take any shots, so this will just be a foul on the floor, and it will be an inbound pass here for the Sixers with 14 on the shot clock. We got to pick things up, man. Actually, inbound this here to Tobias Harris, kicks out to Tucker, and this will be a turnover. Are you serious? And it looks like, however, Gary Trent Jr. stepped out of bounds, so it'll go the other way again. Guys, let me know down in the chat, have you guys ever seen Nick Nurse without glasses before? Because I've never seen Nick Nurse without glasses. I don't know what the changeup is with Nick Nurse. Is he like trying to get used to contacts or something? Or like, what's the deal with Nick Nurse? Why is he not wearing glasses at this point? Thank God Gary Trent Jr. stepped out of bounds because he might have took that one to the house. Here we go. We got to find a way back. We got to find our way back in this game. Tobias Harris gets the inbound from Maxey, gets over to Embiid. Embiid back to Harris, over to Maxey. Maxey out to Tucker. And that will not even be close. That goes through Tucker's legs. That was literally a nutmeg through the legs of PJ Tucker. I don't know what Tucker's doing, but like that pass might have been low for Maxey. I don't know. Maxey should have waited a little bit. It was actually not through the legs of Tucker. It was actually to the right side of Tucker's right foot. But here's Gary Trent with the ball. Gary Trent, the two is good. Are you serious? What is the defense we're playing, Doc? Come on. Please be scrappy like these guys, because we're not looking like we're playing scrappy here. Harden with the ball around the screen. Harden gets over to Tucker. Tucker the two. No good. Tucker still with no points in the starting lineup. Come on. Kem Birch with a reverse layup is good. What do you know? Whoop-de-doo. Losing the Raptors in Toronto so far in the first half. That's just great. Maxey with the ball. Maxey matching up with Siakam. Comes inside. Kicks out to Tucker. Tucker with the layup is finally good. Tucker finally with his first points of the game. I mean, Tucker's like 37, 38 years old. But like that doesn't mean you can't put in buckets, Tucker. Come on. Here we go. Here's Siakam with the ball. Siakam matching up with James Harden. Siakam around the screen. Siakam out to Kem Birch, out to Trent. Trent, the three, is no good off the rim, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. And B gets over to Maxey, and Maxey with the two-handed jam. Finally. Let's build a little run here. Let's go. Let's keep building a run. Barnes gets it over to Kem Birch. Birch over to Siakam. Siakam matching up with Harris. Siakam will be fouled Looks like a foul will be against Tobias Harris here. Tobias Harris, by the way, guys, still with no points in this game. Toronto's being really scrappy, man. They're really determined to win this first game of 2. Here we go. Scotty Barnes with the ball here. And Embiid to the bench since he wants to not have that playing fast the ice affect him. Barnes with the 3. That's going to be short off the front of the rim. Maxey with the ball, bringing it back. So we have Montrezl Harrell running with the starting lineup as Maxey will dance with the ball, gets out to Harden. Harden out to Harris. Harris out to Tucker. Over to Harrell. Harrell back out to Harden, over to Maxey. Maxey coming inside. Maxey trying to fight for it, and there's no foul called. What do you mean? What do you mean? How is there no foul for that? There are bodies all over Tyrese Maxey, and there's no foul for that? Are you serious? That is so lame, dude. That is lame. Harden taking the 3 now at the top of the key. Thank you, James. Thank you, James Harden. Thank you. James Harden finally put him a big bucket here. Maxey so far with 11, so he's stepping up for sure. Barnes gets it over to Siakam. Siakam matching up with Harris. Siakam. Dancing. Siakam. Shoots the 2. High arcing. And it is good. Are you serious? What did Pascal Siakam have before the game? Because apparently our players need it. Harden with the ball. Harden at the top of the key. Harden. Looks like he's square dancing out here. And now the foul is finally called. And the foul will be called against Ken Birch. Like, seriously. How do you not call? They're showing the replay. How do you not call that on Ken Birch, man? Ran right into Maxey and made him fall on the floor. That should so be a foul. But it might have been a foul on the floor because Maxey never took the shot because the ball never was out of his hands. Dude, Pascal Siakam is balling out in the first half. I mean, I can't get mad at him for it. I'm just mad at how we're playing defense against him. Like, come on. Never mind, Siakam with 19. Whoop-de-doo. But still, either way, Siakam is balling out in the first half. I have to give him credit for it. But what I can't give credit for is our defense against him. It's absolutely unacceptable. We better clean this up in, like, the second half for whenever it can happen because we can't wait and cannot keep playing games like this. We can't do it. We can't afford it anymore. We can't afford these games that we're playing with the Raptors at this point. We just can't afford it. Like, the fact you come out here and allow Pascal Siakam to come out here and have 19 points in the first half is unacceptable. I know he's like their best player. He's most likely their best player on the team. But, like, come on. Just because he might be the best player on the team doesn't mean we can't get someone's body on him. Like, that should be the job of between Joel Embiid and Montrezl Harrell. Depending on whoever in the world is playing center, that should be their job, getting on Pascal Siakam. I don't know why I see Tobias Harris on him. I don't know why I see sometimes PJ Tucker on him. I don't know why I see Tyrese Maxey on him at points. I don't know why I see James Harden on him. Or anyone smaller than any center between Embiid and Harrell. I don't know why I see them on Pascal Siakam. But that scheme fit has got to change at some point in this game because I'm getting sick and tired of it. Because Dockett is at this point on the bench, he's taking a nap and on the slack train. That is what Doc Rivers is doing on the bench. He's not talking to anybody. At this point, he's taking a nap on the bench. Decided to take a nap on the bench. Now Doc Rivers gets up. He's all over the court, yelling at the ref. Doc, tell that to your guys. Motivate your players. Stop arguing with the refs about calls. Jeez. Come on, Doc. Gosh. Can't stand it anymore. Embiid, Maxey, Harden, and Melton have scored 42 of the team's 47 points. And first one for Harden at the line is good. So Harden will cut into the lead for the Toronto Raptors. So far as of right now, it is a 13-point Raptors lead with 2:04 left to go here in the first half. No fouls, though, in the quarter, which is honestly surprising. Now, as I say that, there will be multiple fouls coming to end off the quarters. The second one is also good for Harden. So Sixers with 22 points in the second quarter. Raptors with 26. Here's Van Vliet with the ball around the screen. Van Vliet gets it over to Ken Birch. Birch gets it out to Van Vliet. Van Vliet matching up with Maxey around the screen. Van Vliet getting triple teamed. Out to Siakam. Siakam wide open for three. That's no good. Finally, thank God. Here we go. Harden bringing the ball down the floor for the Sixers. Harden around the screen. Coming on the inside. Harden gets over to Tucker, and Tucker gets blocked, and that should... How was that... Hold up. Timeout. How was that not a goaltend, okay? This makes no sense. Was the ball above the rim by Tucker? It was so above the rim. That's the second time the refs have made such a bad call, and of course, the bucket is good for Fred VanVleet. These are Toronto's refs. They're helping out the Raptors. No joke. They're so helping out the Raptors. Maxey with the ball, lays one up, and that is good for Tyrese Maxey. Finally, plus the foul. Where was that when Maxey fell to the floor? Where was that on the goaltend when PJ Tucker tried to pull one in? And where was that every time other time there was a bad call against the Sixers? Where was that every other time? Apparently, non-existent was where that was. Maxey will shoot one more at the line, and the extra free throw for Maxey is good as it bounces around the rim multiple times, but it does go through to put the Sixers down by 11. 1 minute left to go here in the first half. Still no fouls by either team in the second quarter. Fred VanVleet with the ball gets over to Gary Trent. Back to VanVleet. VanVleet over to Siakam. Siakam down to Barnes. Barnes, the two is no good. Sixers get the rebound. They got to get going. Got to put up as many points as you can here to end off the first half. Harden with the ball matching up with Scotty Barnes. Harden trying to set up the offense. Gets it out to Harris. Harris gets over to Embiid, and Ken Birch getting real physical. And I don't know why Ken Birch is complaining. You have your hands literally wrapped around Embiid like you guys are literally going on a little date and going out to dinner later on. Like, I don't even know why you're complaining about the call, Ken Birch. But all I know is that Ken Birch, you need to shut up. You need to shut up, Ken Birch. You need to shut up. You're literally dancing with Embiid like you're going out on a date. Seriously. First one for Embiid at the line is no good. Are you serious, Joel? We can't miss free throws like this. Like, Embiid, we're down by 11. Do you not want to try to get a win in Toronto and shut all these fans up? Seriously. Don't tell me the point of fast ice is bothering you, Joel. Do not even tell me that. Second one for Embiid is good that time. Thank you, Joel, for at least going 1 for 2. Here we go. Here's VanVleet with the ball. Gets over to Trent. Over to Siakam. Siakam in the corner so far. Siakam coming inside. Siakam looking, matching up with James Harden. Siakam still looking at Siakam. He's looking for days. Siakam will be fouled. Come on, guys. We can't push players like this. Why are we trying to push players out of bounds? You know you can't do that. You're mature enough to know this, guys. That'll be the first foul tonight on James Harden. So now Gary Trent to inbound it here. Over to Ken Birch, over to VanVleet, over to, looks like it's Pascal Siakam. Siakam taking another three. It's no good. Thank you for no foul call. And Harden gets this over to Maxey. Maxey puts up a layup. No good. Are you serious, Maxey? You should just try to shoot that. As the first half comes to an end, Sixers down by 10 to the Toronto Raptors, 63-53. And Sixers with 26 points in that second quarter. Raptors with 28 in the second quarter. So about the same type of quarter for the Sixers. I mean, hopefully they're starting to figure this stuff out here. But guys, that'll take us to the end of the first half on that note. As soon as I can set this up, and hopefully after the scoreboard will update, we'll go over the first half stats and take the halftime break. So just hang on, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hang on, guys. Just let that scoreboard load in real quick fully. All right, it's fully updated. So there is your score at the half. If you guys want to know what the score is 63-53 in favor of Toronto. Sixers down by 10 to end off the first half. It's kind of been that type of game so far. But hopefully this will update, which it did. Now we will go over the first half stats for both teams and then the team stats overall. So starting it off, we will start off with Tyrese Maxey. So far has been one of the leading scorers for the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey with 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Followed up by Joel Embiid, also with 14 points, 3 rebounds, but 2 assists as well. James Harden with 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. DeAnthony Melton with 7 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist off the bench. Georges Niang with 3 points and a rebound. PJ Tucker with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Tobias Harris, though, still scores, so Tobias Harris has got to step up in the second half. That is my player to step up in the second half. I mean, Daniel House doesn't. These bench players don't get a lot of time, and I'll get him away with one for now. But Tobias Harris, man, you gotta step up in the second half, dude. You have to. Now to the Toronto Raptors side, Pascal Siakam leading the way with 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Followed up by Chris Boucher with 10 points and a rebound. Followed up is Scotty Barnes with 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. OG Anunoby with 7 points, no rebounds, and an assist. Gary Trent with 6 points straight up. Down the wrong pipe right there. Fred VanVleet with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists. Precious Achiuwa with 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Delano Banton with 2 points, a rebound, and an assist. And Christian Koloko with 2 points and 3 rebounds to end off the first half for the Toronto Raptors. Now I'm going over the team stats here. Sixers shooting the ball 50% from the field to the Raptors 52%. Sixers shooting the ball 43% from 3 to the Raptors 41%. Sixers shooting the ball 69% from the free throw line to the Raptors 80%. Raptors barely out rebounding the Sixers 21-20 and same offensively in favor of the Raptors 3-2. Raptors out assisting the Sixers 16-11. Also with more blocks in the first half goes in favor of the Raptors 3-2. Raptors also with more steals in the first half, 2-0 over the Sixers. Raptors with no turnovers in the first half. Sixers with 5. That is crazy. When I would update saying that the Raptors have a turnover in the first half and the Sixers have 7, so I'll believe what NBC Sports Philly is saying. Sixers have more points in the paint than the Raptors, 24-22, and then a total of 18 personal fouls called in the first half. Just 5 on the Sixers, which is surprising. And then 13 personal fouls called on the Toronto Raptors. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is how we will end off your first half on that note. Sixers down by 10 to the Raptors, 63-53. As it says right here on the screen, you see the scoreboard and you see the social media handles. Guys, if you guys have not done so, follow me on Twitter with the handle right here, Instagram handle right there. Follow me on both social media platforms if you guys have not done so. But yeah, guys, on that note, we will go to the halftime break like we always do. You guys pretty much know the drill. But if you guys are new that watch this on the second time around or something like that, go get a snack, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, do whatever you guys need to do in order to get ready for the second half as the Sixers are down by 10 and look to find a way to come back and win this game in Toronto to take the first of 2 in Toronto against this scrappy Toronto Raptors team. And we'll find out and see what happens when we return for the second half. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see y'all back here for the second half. Hopefully the Sixers can find a way to pull out a win the first of 2 games here against Toronto. Alright guys, I'm back. Ready to go here for the second half. Hopefully the Sixers find a way to get things going in the second half. Cause the first half didn't look the greatest, so got to find a way to take the first game here in Toronto in the first of two. Man, also we got to find a way to shut down some of these leading scores for the Raptors. We got to find a way to start shutting them down. Obviously, number one being Siakam, number two being Chris Boucher. We got to take a chance on Siakam, and we got to start doing our job against these players. Sixers down 10, and they're lucky to be down by 10. Raptors won the first two quarters. Raptors won the first quarter 35-27, and the second quarter as well, 28-26. I think to have any chance, the Sixers are going to have to win both the quarters in the second half to have any chance at winning. Second half should be starting here in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. And guys, again, if y'all have not done so, man, be sure to hit that like button on the stream and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. And everyone share out the stream so we can bring more viewers up into this chat. Still appreciate everybody for coming through and supporting, man. Even though we might be losing, you guys are the realest of the real as always. Appreciate everybody that's hit the like button, subscribed, has just found any way to support possible. You guys made it make it possible, man. So, yeah, the day. You guys have been the realest of the real, and you know what? I just appreciate every single one of you guys that have continued to watch these streams and everything, and just appreciate all the support. But here we go, man. Second half about to get underway here in Toronto. As looks like the commercials are hopefully done now. We're about to have the third quarter get underway here between the Sixers and the Raptors. Sixers down by 10, 63-53, as it does say on the scoreboard. So hopefully the Sixers can find a way to get on top, find a way to get the win here in the first of two at Toronto on this. I think it's a 2-game road trip, right? Because after these two, no, it's a 4-game road trip, as a matter of fact. As so far tonight, the leading scores for Sixers and Embiid with 14, Maxey with 14, Harden with 13, and Melton with 7 off the bench. Those 4 players have scored 48 of the team's 53 points. So we got to spread the ball around and have other players contribute. But especially someone I'm looking to have contribute in the second half is Tobias Harris, because he has to definitely contribute. 100% Tobias Harris must contribute. This first game right here is the start of a 4-game road trip. 2 in Toronto, the one tonight and the one on Friday. On Saturday against the Chicago Bulls, and then on Monday against the Washington Wizards. But here we go. Second half about to get underway here. Let's see what we can do. Tobias Harris hoping for a huge second half. He needs a big second half here. As the second half is underway and the Sixers will start out with the ball, 2 begins since the Raptors did win the tip. Here we go. Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Harden gets this over to Tobias Harris. Harris matching up with Gary Trent. Harris going back, looking. Tries to kick it out to someone. Kicks out to Tucker. Tucker, the 2 is no good. Tucker gets the rebound. Tucker with the reverse is no good again. Come on, Tucker, stop getting fancy out here. Stop being fancy, boy, all of a sudden. Here we go. Here's Van Vliet with the ball. Van Vliet gets it over to Gary Trent. Gets it over to Siakam. Siakam gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby looking. Gets it over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet back to Anunoby. Anunoby for 3. That's going to be short. It's going to be rebounded by the Sixers. Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Gets it over to Maxey. Maxey at the baseline. Maxey with the reverse is no good. Maxey gets the rebound out to Embiid. Embiid the 3. That's good for Joel Embiid. And the Sixers down by 7 with that 3-pointer. Good from Joel. Close to the top of the key. Here we go. Here's Scotty Barnes kicking it out to Gary Trent Jr. matching up with James Harden. Trent going to his right, gets it over to Siakam. Siakam gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby coming inside. Anunoby kicks it out to Van Vliet. Over to Scotty Barnes. Barnes surrounded by Embiid and somehow is able to do a hook shot over Joel, and that is good for 2. Raptors will be up by 9 with that bucket by Scotty Barnes. Here's James Harden trying to set up the offense here. Trying to look for options. Harden coming around a screen, coming around 2 screens. Harden gets over to Embiid. Embiid getting double teams. Embiid back to Harden. Out to Tucker. Tucker for 3 in the corner. That's no good for P.J. Tucker. Come on, Tuck. Got to get going, man. Can't start this. But here's Scotty Barnes with the ball. Barnes matching up with Tobias Harris. Gets it over to Fred Van Vliet. Van Vliet looking, matching up with Tyrese Maxey. Van Vliet around the screen. Van Vliet coming inside. Van Vliet lays one up, but there will be a foul called. Looks like against the Sixers. Couldn't hear by Kate Scott who it was against. It's going to be against Tobias, it looks like. I don't know why Tobias has no points. I mean, Tobias has to try harder, man. Tobias Harris so far has been my most disappointing player in the first half. Or overall, actually, in this game. Here we go. Here's Fred Van Vliet with the ball. Van Vliet matching up with James Harden. Van Vliet gets over to Scotty Barnes. Barnes, the step back over Embiid. That's no good, and it's rebounded by James Harden for the Sixers. Harden with the ball gets over to Embiid. Embiid, the 2 is good. So Embiid able to score it and put the Sixers down by 7 on that note with that bucket by Joel. 9.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Siakam with the ball matching up with P.J. Tucker. Siakam gets it over to Fred Van Vliet. Van Vliet around the screen. Van Vliet coming inside. Van Vliet up the baseline out to Gary Trent. Trent backing up on Harden. Trent with the moves. Trent over Joel Embiid, and that is good for Gary Trent Jr. Puts the Raptors back up by 9, 67-58. Here's James Harden with the ball here for Sixers. Harden matching up with Fred Van Vliet. Harden looking for options. Harden just dribbling the ball around, gets over to Tobias Harris. Harris matching up with Gary Trent, gets over to Embiid. Embiid shooting a fading 2. That is good for Joel Embiid. Embiid with a beautiful fading shot and able to put in the bucket and put the Sixers once again down by 7. Scotty Barnes with the ball here for the Raptors. Barnes looking, shoots a 2 over Embiid. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Harden now with the ball after the pass by Embiid. Harden bringing the ball down the floor, matching up with Gary Trent Jr. Harden looking, try to get it over to Harris, and it's a turnover. And gets it out to Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent Jr., the 3 is good. Are you serious? We're seriously going to start this nonsense again? Oh, my gosh. Need all the buckets we can, man. Come on, let's go. Actually, with the ball gets over to Embiid, standing at the logo. Embiid matching up with Scotty Barnes. Embiid looking, gets out to Harden. Harden matching up with Barnes now. Harden gets over to Maxey. Maxey standing in the corner. Maxey gets it back to Harden, over to Harris. Harris coming inside. Over to Embiid. Embiid fading 3 in the corner. No good, and it's rebounded by the Raptors. Siakam with the ball coming inside. Siakam with the layup is no good, and he'll be fouled by Tobias Harris. So Siakam will head to the line for 2. That'll be another foul against Tobias. Tobias is having a bad night tonight, man. It's really not his game. Better step up in the next one against Toronto because this one's not looking good for Tobias at all. Might need to put a guy like George Niang in this game pretty soon. The first one for Siakam at the line is good. At this point, Pascal Siakam for the Raptors is pretty much Mr. Automatic. Tobias Harris with 22 minutes played. No points, 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from three-point range. Only 3 shot attempts for Tobias Harris. Second one is missed by Siakam, and the Raptors will remain up by 11. Harden with the ball, bring it down the other end here for the Sixers. Gets over to Tobias Harris. Harris going to his left, looking for options. Harris gets over to Embiid. Embiid up the baseline, and the slam for Joel Embiid is good to make this a single-point digit lead again for the Raptors now, 71-62. Barnes gets over to Siakam. Siakam matching up with Joel Embiid. Embiid has to match up with Siakam and focus. Siakam looking, dancing. And that will be a loose ball. Harris has it for the Sixers, gets it over to Maxey. Maxey with the layup is good, and you can count that and the foul as well for Tyrese. Tyrese Maxey on the ground here. Hopefully he's okay. Gary Trent, the one causing the foul. Hopefully Tyrese is all right, though, because that looked like a rough fall for Maxey. Maxey got smacked on the face, it looks like, by Gary Trent. If not him, it was Fred VanVleet who smacked him. One of two players smacked Maxey. Maxey trying to get his vision back here. And it'll be one opportunity for Maxey. Doc Rivers saying, let's go. Everyone calm down here. And here we go. Doc Rivers talking to one of the officials about if this probably should be a technical or a flagrant or something. And Maxey will make the free throw, so it looks like he's okay in terms of his vision. Yeah, that should be like a flagrant or something against Fred VanVleet because VanVleet smacked Maxey across the face. But Siakam gets it over to Gary Trent. Trent gets this over to Scotty Barnes. Barnes gets it over to Gary Trent for three. That's good for Gary Trent Jr. Are you serious, bro? Come on, man. Here we go. James Harden with the ball gets over to Joel Embiid. Embiid getting out to Maxey. Maxey the three ball. That's going to be short. Come on, Tyrese. We can't allow these errors like this, man. Siakam gets it over to Anunoby, and that is good for the slam. Are you serious? They cut it back up. They bring it back to up to a double-digit lead. Are you kidding me? Just as soon as we think we're getting hot and we're getting our stuff going, we were down by 6. They scored 5 more points, and now they're back up by 11. Whoop-de-doo. What else do you know? We can't hold on to runs. That'll be another timeout for the Sixers. There should be a lineup change because I really do think these players are doing what they can, but I think we need to make a change at both forward positions because, I mean, PJ Tucker, not being that productive, but he is at pretty old age, at the age of between 37 and 38. And then Tobias Harris with also no points on the night. So I think we need to make a change in both of those. Harden, Embiid, and Maxey, they can all stay in because, I mean, they're providing the most production for the Sixers. Pretty much not just in the starting lineup but for the whole team as a whole. They're providing the most production. You cannot say that is incorrect because they're providing the most production for the Sixers pretty much overall. The Sixers got to find a way to get on a run and stay on that run to make Nick Nurse have to take a timeout and talk to his team. But yeah, man, we gotta figure our stuff out here. We gotta figure our stuff out here. We gotta find a way to go on a run. Gotta find a way to go on a run here in the second half. We need to go on a run and rally with these points. And when we go on a run, we got to keep that run going. We cannot have Toronto come back from that. When we go on a run, we have to maintain that run, and we got to play defense on the other end. Let's see what changes Doc Rivers will make on the bench. I'm not sure if he's going to make a lineup change and take Harris and Tucker out. I'm not sure what he's going to do. But I mean, I'll take D'Anthony Melton in this game. I'll take Niang in this game at small forward, out of the small forward to power forward. I'll take him in the game. And Embiid so far in this quarter with 9 points, 4 for 5 from the field, and 1 for 2 from 3-point range. So pretty much the whole starting lineup is staying in still for the Sixers. Maxey gets over to Harden, back to Maxey over to Embiid. Embiid looking. Embiid over to Tucker. Tucker over to Harden. Harden over to Embiid. Embiid standing, and that was perfect from James Harden to Joel Embiid. That was a perfect pass by James Harden, known for that playmaking. Van Vliet gets it over to Siakam. Siakam over to Trent, over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet matching up with Maxey around the screen. Van Vliet looking, gets out to Scotty Barnes. Barnes over to Anunoby. Anunoby coming inside, shoots a 2. That is going to be good around the rim and in. Are you serious, man? We got to stop doing this stuff. Harden gets over to Embiid. Embiid running, and Embiid tried to take a shot. Hopefully that will be a shooting foul, so Embiid will go to the line. I'm not sure if that's going to be a shooting foul or not. Embiid grabbing his head. Do not even tell me Embiid's going to start having a concussion from this. Do not even start. We cannot even afford Joel Embiid to have a concussion, man. We cannot afford this. Like, seriously, like, where are the flagrants? Siakam should have one right there. And now they'll look at it to see if it's a flagrant on Siakam, which I think that's going to be a flagrant one. That's got to be a flagrant one on Siakam. He literally smacked Embiid across the face. And if this is going to be considered a flagrant one, where was that with Fred VanVleet smacking Maxey across the face? Where was that? If this stands, where was this against Fred VanVleet to Tyrese Maxey? Because Fred VanVleet does the same exact tactic. They don't review it at the review table. And if this one does not come up as a flagrant, then I'm going to lose it. Because this is such a flagrant. Like, you can't smack players across the face. Fred VanVleet and Siakam should know that. VanVleet might have gotten away with one, but there's no way Siakam can get away with this, dude. There's no way. Can't even hear what the ref is saying here. Are you serious? It's a common foul? What do you mean? That is not a common foul. That is not a common foul on Siakam. Are you serious? How is that a common foul on Pascal Siakam? He smacked Embiid across the face. Same thing what VanVleet did to Maxey. Should be a flagrant one on both of them. First one for Embiid is no good at the line. Are you serious, Joel? Come on. You're the leader of this team, Joel. This is your team to lead. Don't even tell me the playing too fast the ice is bothering him either. Don't even start. Second one for Embiid at the line is good. So Embiid going 1 of 2 at the line at that time. We need every bucket we can get, man. We need every single bucket. VanVleet with the ball, matching up with Maxey, gets over to Gary Trent. Gary Trent with the ball. Gary Trent going to his left. Gary Trent gets over to Scotty Barnes. Barnes over to Siakam, over to VanVleet, over to Barnes, over to Gary Trent, over to Anunoby. A 3 that's no good, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. Maxey with the ball. Maxey having his options come down to him. It's over to Embiid. Embiid out to Harden. Harden matching up with OG Anunoby. Harden pump fakes. Harden tosses it up for Embiid. Embiid gets it. Embiid coming inside, kicks out to Harris. Harris in the corner for 3. That's good for Tobias Harris. And finally, Tobias Harris with his first points of the game. Finally, Tobias Harris with his first points of the game comes on a corner 3. Siakam with the ball, setting up the offense, gets it over to Scotty Barnes. Barnes gets over to Gary Trent. Gary Trent pump fakes and fakes out Tucker. Gets over to Barnes, back to Trent. Trent, the 3 is good. Are you serious? What is the defense we are playing, Doc? Where is Sam Cassell to start coaching when you need him to? Maxey gets over to Embiid. Embiid gets over to Harris, out to Tucker. Tucker in the corner for 3. That's good for PJ Tucker. There's PJ Tucker. There's the PJ Tucker I know. The one knocking down his corner threes. That's the one I know. And boy, we needed that one from PJ Tucker bad. Siakam with the ball, matching up with PJ Tucker. Siakam looking. Siakam backing in. Gets over to Barnes, and that one is good. Are you serious? What is the problem with our defense today, man? This is unacceptable. At least it's just a 9-point lead by the Raptors. It could be worse. It could be worse, man. Here we go. There's James Harden with the ball. Harden tosses it up for Embiid. Embiid gets it again. And whoa. There's no kick ball. Are you serious? And Gary Trent with the layup is good. What's going on is that these are Toronto's refs. That's what's going on. No kickball on the Raptors now. Whoop-de-doo. Maxey with the layup is good. Thank you, Tyrese. There should have been 3 fouls so far in this game that should have went against the Raptors. Gary Trent Jr. with the 3. That is no good, and Embiid gets the rebound. Sixers got to take advantage of that miss by Gary Trent. Got to take advantage of it. Looks like I see Paul Reed on the announcer's table. Maxey with the 3 is good. Tyrese Maxey with a huge bucket, and that'll be a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Looks like the Sixers are going to make a lineup change as well, as I did see Paul Reed on the review booth table. And be having a talk with one of the officials. What do you know? Everyone having a talk with the officials all of a sudden. What do you know? The same old, same old. Same old, man. What do you know? Nothing new in the NBA. Literally. Looks like I think I did see Paul Reed on the review table, to be completely honest. I think I did see Paul Reed on the review table. So I think Paul Reed might come in. I think he would come in for Tobias or PJ Tucker. But he's coming in for one of those two. There's no way if Paul Reed's coming into this game that he's coming in for Joel Embiid. There is no chance. He's either coming in for Tucker or Tobias. Seriously, some of these plays that the refs are not calling should have been 2 flagrants, one on Fred VanVleet and one on Pascal Siakam. And now there was a play that was not considered a kick ball that should have went to the Sixers. Like, I don't understand, bro. I just don't understand. Seriously, at this point, I feel like us Philly content creators, we could make better officials than these stupid NBA refs in charge of this game. They're so stupid. Like, how was one of them not a kickball? And how were both times when Siakam and VanVleet smacked Embiid and Maxey across the face? Makes no sense. It just makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, Maxey could have more points than what he has right now if the refs would have knew how to actually call fouls. I mean, like, either if that was Paul Reed on the review table, and if he's coming to the game, he's either coming in for Tucker or Tobias, or he's coming in for Joel Embiid, and the Sixers are going to play small ball center. But we'll see what happens here. Probably a lot of security on the floor per usual. What do you know? Security always on the floor. What do you know? Bruce Harbour, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. Hit that like button, Bruce. Appreciate you for coming through the stream. As we are under 3 minutes away from the end of the third quarter. I'm doing good, Bruce. Hopefully we're doing good as well, my guy. As Siakam has the ball here, matching up with Tobias Harris. Gets it over to Gary Trent. Gary Trent matching up with Maxey. Kicks out to Achua. Achua matching up with Harden. Achua coming inside. Whoa. Yes, sir. Thank you. The NBA officials finally got something right. It's an offensive foul on Precious Achua. Thank you, NBA officials. You finally got something right. Yeah. But here we go. Sixers with 9 turnovers overall to the Raptors 3. Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Harden getting double teamed. Falls on the ground. Lost his footing, and this will be a jump ball. I think it's going to be between James Harden and Gary Trent Jr. I don't know who tried to grab the ball more, but that will be who takes the jump ball with Harden. I think it was Gary Trent. Yeah, it was Gary Trent by a landslide. But then Achua comes in. See who takes the jump ball here for Toronto, but I know James Harden's going to be part of it. It's going to be Gary Trent in the jump ball with James. Harden, you got to win the jump ball, man. Let's go. The jump ball is going to be won by Harden and caught by Paul Reed. And he'll give it out to Maxey. Maxey, a deep three. That was airballed by a landslide. Maxey, why would you take a deep three when you're down by 6? Just get the points, Maxey. Take 3-pointers when you're wide open. You're not going to shoot a deep three from like 35 feet out like that. Come on, man. Here we go. Siakam with the ball, matching up with Tobias Harris. Now Paul Reed switches onto him. Siakam coming inside, looking. Siakam spinning, puts one up. And they'll call a foul against Paul Reed. And the Sixers bench just stood up on their feet, and boy, they got all jacked up. TJ and Tobias step up their game somewhat. Who do you mean by TJ? Who do you mean by TJ, Bruce Harper? But I know Tobias has to step up. Oh, you mean PJ Tucker. I mean, PJ Tucker hasn't been that much of someone that would give production. I mean, he's 37 years old, I think. I think he's 37. Tobias Harris can still put up the points. I'm not sure. It looks like Daniel House got a foul here for the Sixers. But yeah, PJ Tucker, he's old. He's 37, man. Can he still do it? I don't know. Especially with a new organization that he has to someone get used to. Lucas Holm, let's go, my guy. I appreciate you for coming through. So, I just got out of practice. Hopefully you're good at practice, Lucas, and hopefully you're working on that jump shot, man. Before we stand around too much when the Beard has the ball, I feel we need some more motion. I think we just need to start playing with more energy, as the second one is missed at the line. Yeah, I think I knew you meant PJ Tucker. But here's James Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Sixers down by 7. About a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Harden tosses it up. Gets over to Daniel House. House getting this inside. House out to Niang. Niang, the 3. It was no good, but a foul was already called. Looks like it's going to be against Toronto. I'm not sure if it was a shooting foul, because if it is, Daniel House will go to the line. And it is going to be foul against Chris Boucher. Yeah, we got to play with more energy, man. We need to play with more energy and aggression for sure. So what is this? Is this a... So this is just an inbound pass here. I'll take. Harden gets over to Melton. Melton back to Harden. Harden going to his right. Harden gets over to Niang. Niang, the 3. Way overshot, and that will be rebounded by the Raptors. Boucher with the ball gets over to Achua. Achua gets over to Siakam. Siakam. Stand just outside of the logo. Siakam matching up with George Niang. Siakam coming inside. Siakam battling against Niang. Siakam. The 2's no good. Paul Reed. I think Paul Reed got the rebound. Paul Reed never had full control because he was literally in a collision with one of the Raptors players. So I don't know why one of the Raptors players went ahead and said that Paul Reed traveled. Because Paul Reed never has full control of it. There's 3 Raptors. That's Christian Koloko and Chris Boucher both saying that Paul Reed traveled. Like, Paul Reed did not travel in that, so they call a jump ball with Reed and Koloko. And Paul Reed goes too early. So they're redoing the jump ball now that Paul Reed went early. Here we go. They're going to redo the jump ball. Have Christian Koloko move like an inch or 2. As Reed wins the jump ball, Niang picks it up and gets it over to Harden. Harden to bring the ball down the floor for the Sixers. Harden coming around in multiple screens by George Niang. Harden kicks out to Niang. Niang back to Harden. Harden Gets it over to Niang. Niang pump fakes. Niang comes inside. Niang kicks out to Daniel House. Daniel House pump fakes. Shoots a three. It's no good. Are you serious? Come on. We need some bench production. But here we go. Here's Achua with the ball. Gets it over to Siakam. Siakam matching up with Daniel House. Trying to read Daniel House's eyes. Siakam spinning. Kicks it out to Gary Trent. Gary Trent, three at the top of the key is good. Are you serious? What are we doing? Here's Harden with the ball. Shot clock is unplugged. Harden looking. Kicking out to Melton. Melton, the three. No good. Now we'll end off the third quarter. So now the Sixers still down by 10. But now the score being 89-79 in favor of the Toronto Raptors as we go to quarter number 4. Sixers' time to find a way to win this game is running out. Need a huge quarter. They need to outscore the Raptors by 10 points at least. Maxi's playing with great energy, though. I know Maxi's playing with great energy, and same thing with Embiid and Harden because they're showing the production. But I'm talking outside of those three. Outside of those three, we're not putting much of anything up. We got to work on that. We both had possession. Literally. I mean, of course I had to go to a jump ball. I guarantee we could easily win this game if we put with more energy and add some more motion. I mean, we just have to find a way to put with more energy, man. I mean, that's all I can say about that. Of course, if the refs keep cheating on us, keep cheating us, there's no way we will win. Yeah, that's true too, man. But we got to find a way to score points and play some defense here. We got to lock up. Sixers got to find a way to lock up on defense, man. And they got to keep making the shots, too. But we need more help around Embiid, Harden, and Maxey. Because those three are going off, and you know what? I like that because that's mainly our big three. But we need help around them. You know, Harris is not having a good game today. You know, P.J. Tucker's being P.J. Tucker, trying to do what he can, but putting up a small amount of production. And you know, then you know the bench production. You know, they're up and down, and you never know how consistent they can be. So, at the end of the day, we need someone to find a way to help out these guys in the fourth quarter. This is a scrappy team that we should know how to play against. We know this team too well, especially in Toronto in particular. We know this team way too well, and we should know how to play up against them. We should know how to do it. But we got to keep going here. This is quarter 4. It's grinded out time. Down by 10. Fourth quarter beginning, so here we go. Anunoby, I believe, gets over to Fred VanVleet for 3. That's no good, and it's rebounded by the Raptors. Achua will force this to go the other way as he will be called for the offensive foul. I believe he knocked down Daniel House. But Daniel House knew that was coming for Precious Achua. He just knew it. But Maxey now with the ball being claimed by Fred VanVleet gets over to Niang. Niang with the pump fake. Niang looking for options, finds Daniel House. For a second, I thought he found Embiid. Melton taking the 3. That's no good by D'Anthony Melton. Niang tried to hustle, but this will stay with the Sixers as OG Anunoby cannot handle it. OG Anunoby, though, being a good sport, helping out one of the spectators. I'm not one of the spectators there. Why did I make that sound like Joel Embiid? Joel Embiid would say spectators. But I mean, OG Anunoby being a good sport, no. Lifting up one of the spectators and split them back into the seats. Maxey with the layup. No good. And Embiid can knock the rebound. Achua gets surrounded for a second. And the Raptors will pick it up. Anunoby with the ball here for the Raptors. Anunoby spinning. It's out to Achua. Achua Gets it down to Boucher. Boucher, the 2 is good. Are you serious? We got to stop doing that. Maxey gets this over to Embiid. Embiid with the ball. Embiid gets this over to Daniel House. Daniel House with the ball gets over to Niang. Niang, the 3-point shot is no good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by the Raptors. Come on. Here's Van Vliet. Van Vliet gets it over to Achua, and Achua makes it look so easy. He doesn't want to be called for the foul. Now it'll be a timeout for the Raptors. They're back up by 14. Goodness gracious, people. The issue that we got Robert Quinn. I feel it's going to be for the 5th round. Yeah, I did see the move that we got for Robert Quinn. I did make a YouTube show on that, so Bruce Harper, when you have a chance, go check that out. It was for a 4th rounder, by the way, so I think we pretty much just did the Bears dirty. I'm not sure if Robert Quinn is going to be a go for Sunday because, he probably has to go through, like fittings and stuff, and might have to catch up on, practices and everything, so I'm not sure if he'll be ready for at least either Thursday or either tomorrow or Friday. I'm not sure if he'll be ready at the time, but if he's ready for Sunday against Pittsburgh, then let the man play. Let that man play. But yeah, man, it's not looking good for the Sixers. It's just really not. I know Quinn didn't want to leave the Bears, but I feel he will quickly be happy being part of the #1 team in the entire NFL. Yeah, I mean, but I think Robert Quinn wanted to get out of that organization. I mean, the Bears, they weren't going to really do much of anything. And honestly, the way it's going for them right now, they could have a chance at the #1 overall pick in the draft, which could be like Will Anderson. They're definitely not taking a QB because they're going to see what they have in the future of Justin Fields. So someone I could see them taking as, like a replacement for Robert Quinn could be Will Anderson if they do get the #1 overall pick. But at the end of the day, I like the move for Robert Quinn. I really do love that move. It's veteran talent. I mean, he can learn behind Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat, the scheme fit of Jonathan Gannon. But I'm telling you, man, it all comes down to how Jonathan Gannon will utilize Robert Quinn. That's what's going to come down to. We say the same thing about the rookies and the veterans that we brought in. We say the same thing for that defense. We say the same thing, and we will continue to say it. Yeah, man, so far this is not looking good. So far it's looking like the Sixers are going to take a loss here in Toronto. And the Raptors are just clicking on all cylinders here, as Aldanavi says on the broadcast. The first half for the Raptors was 9 for 22, 40%. And a turnover now by the Sixers and an easy bucket for Christian Koloko. And here's Melton, gets over to Embiid. Embiid with the ball gets out to Daniel House. Daniel House pump fakes. House out to Maxey. Maxey back to House. House gets out to Melton. Melton out to Embiid. Embiid coming inside. Embiid gets this to go off the layup, and it'll be an and one as well as the foul will be against Chris Boucher. Just watch your video and give it 2 thumbs up. Appreciate that, Bruce Harper. Appreciate that, my guy. Embiid's having a good game, man. And, same thing going to Harden and same thing going to Maxey, but players have got to help these 3 out. Should have been Tobias at the very least. Tucker could have given us a little bit here and there, and, the bench can be up and down, so it is what it is. But Fred VanVleet with the ball here for the Raptors, gets over to Anunoby. Anunoby matching up with Maxey, gets over to Boucher. Boucher matching up with Joel. Loose ball, and Embiid picks it up. Embiid picks it up here for the Sixers. Embiid gets it down to Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton over to House. House letting people jump like crazy. Embiid getting the ball back. Embiid tossing it down to Melton. Melton coming inside, kicks out to House. House in the corner for three. That's good for Daniel House. Taking this down to a 10-point deficit for the Sixers. Sixers need to keep getting on this run. Raptors are not going to allow us to stay on this run forever. And Anunoby gets it over to Fred VanVleet. VanVleet coming around the screen. VanVleet coming inside, gets over to Anunoby, and Anunoby with a big slam. Are you serious? Why do we let these players get so open? I just want to know. Why do we let players like this get so wide open? Have wide open running lanes for life. Embiid with the ball gets it over to Melton. Melton out to Maxey. Maxey for three. That's good for Tyrese Maxey. Reducing this down to a 9-point game. Big bucket for Tyrese. Tyrese trying to play that defense on Fred VanVleet. Tried to steal the ball, but VanVleet's got it for now. VanVleet with the ball, matching up with Maxey. VanVleet going to his right. VanVleet coming inside. VanVleet kicking it out to Boucher. Boucher, the three. That's no good for Chris Boucher, and it's rebounded by the Sixers. Maxey with the ball here for Philly. Maxey going to his left, looking for his options here. Maxey coming inside. Maxey with the layup is no good, but he will be fouled, and he'll go to the line for two. Foul will be against OG Anunoby yet again, and OG Anunoby getting another. So we're in trouble unless we wake up. Same, man. I feel the same way, Bruce Harper, so you don't have to be all alone on that in that category. But Maxey to the line for two here. 8 minutes left to go in the game. Maxey with 25, so Maxey's having a great game. Chance to make it 27 if he makes both free throws, which will miss the first one. Overall, though, Maxey's having a great game as a whole. Maxey with 25 points tonight. This will definitely help out his stats overall so far this season through 5 games, whether the Sixers win or lose. The second one is good by Maxey after he missed the first. 8 minutes left to go in the game. And Anunoby with the ball here for the Raptors. Matching up with Anthony Melton. Maxey tries to switch on him. Now he goes on Koloko. Gets over to VanVleet. VanVleet with the ball. Matching up with Maxey. Gets it. Try to get it over to Anunoby. Maxey with the steal. Maxey loses it, and the Raptors will get it back. Are you serious? We cannot have wasted opportunities like this. VanVleet with the ball here for the Raptors. VanVleet to his left. VanVleet gets it over to Boucher. And they're going to say that's out of bounds against the... They're going to say it touched the Sixer last here. It clearly goes off of Boucher. The officials say it went off of a Sixer. Couldn't tell who the closest Sixer in the area was, though. That's kind of a lame call, but Maxey just taking his ball coast to coast, and he will slam this in for two. So Tyrese Maxey trying to find a way to keep the Sixers in this. Sixers down by 6, so this is not over, but the Sixers got to find a way to keep playing the defense. Siakam gets this over to VanVleet. VanVleet, the shoot from behind the free throw line is good. See, this is what I'm afraid of when we go on a run. When we go on a run like that and when the Raptors start getting hot, that's what I'm afraid of. Melton with the ball. Melton wanted to go step back 3, but did not do so as he gets this out to Maxey. Maxey matching up with Gary Trent, going to his left. Maxey getting double teamed. Tried to put it out for Embiid. Embiid trying to go chase down. And Embiid will be called for the foul, but does save a layup by OG Anunoby. But Anunoby will go to the line for 2. Like, Maxey should have never passed it to Embiid that slowly. Like, why do you pass it out to Embiid so slowly? I mean, Embiid saves a huge layup right there. Probably a slam. Probably a slam dunk at the very least. Raptors are, however, up by 8 for now. Anunoby with 13.6 for 10 from the field off the bench. First one for Anunoby is good at the line. 7 turnovers for the Raptors, 12 on the Sixers. 6:38 left to go in the game. I'm just not really liking the Sixers' chances. B and Maxey have scored 57 of the team's 91 points, which is 62.5%, just about. Here we go. Anunoby with the second one is also good. So the Raptors will be back up to a 10-point lead. Sixers need to rally if they want any chance to win. Maxey gets it over to Embiid. Embiid matching up with Achua. Embiid looking, spinning, loses it. Are you serious, Joel? And Maxey will pick this up as the ball is loose for Toronto. Melton with the layup is good. How about Maxey with the defense, though, on the steal? Thank God that we were able to put in the layup that time. Siakam wide open for three. It's no good, and the rebound is picked up by Achua. Achua out to Anunoby. Anunoby out to Gary Trent. Gary Trent coming inside for two is good. Whenever you just see someone not getting pressure like that, then you know they're making the shot at this point. But James Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Harden gets over to Maxey. Maxey looking. Maxey still looking for options. Maxey just got to take the shot. No, gets over to Harden. And the shot clock expired right there. Raptors lost it. Trent wide open for three. It's good. Seriously, what do you know? What do you know? But seriously, some of these should really be foul calls, dude. Some of the reasons the Sixers are losing this game, some of these are because of the officials, others are because of the coaching, and others are because of the players. So pretty much everyone's taking blame for the reason why the Sixers are losing. But yeah, man, Sixers are down by 13, 106-93. Sixers are trying to climb their way back in it, but the Raptors are saying we're going to keep closing the door until the clock hits double zeros. Until the clock hits double zeros, we're going to keep closing the door. Sixers are trying to not give up, but no one's helping them out at this point. No one's helping out players like Embiid, Harden, Maxey. There's hardly anyone helping him out. And as you see on the split screen here, Harden having a talk with one of the officials for literally no reason whatsoever. I don't know what Harden's doing with the official. Why are they chatting? What are they chatting about? Here we go. Raptors now with 8 turnovers, Sixers with 13. Sixers need to find a way to get on a run and stay on the run without allowing as many points. Here we go. Maxey to inbound this to Harden here. Harden just taking the ball down the floor here for the Sixers. Harden coming inside. Harden, the two is good off the backboard. And James Harden cut it down to an 11-point deficit here for the Sixers in this one against Toronto. Anunoby gets this over to Siakam. Siakam gets it over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet going to his right. Van Vliet tosses it out to Siakam. Siakam back to Van Vliet. Van Vliet, the 2 is no good, and it's rebounded by Melton. Melton gets it out to Harden. Harden bringing the ball down the floor here for the Sixers. Harden gets out to Melton. Melton, the 3 is good. DeAnthony Melton, huge 3. Now, something the Sixers were waiting for is some production from other players outside of Embiid, Harden, and Maxey. Van Vliet step back 3 is good. So Van Vliet answers just like that. Puts the Raptors back up by 11. 4:20 left to go in the game. Harden with the ball. Harden matching up against Gary Trent Jr. Harden getting away from him. Harden kicking out to Maxey. Maxey's taking the triple. That is good for Tyrese Maxey. That shot was huge. That shot was huge by Tyrese. Here we go. Here's a 2 again. This out to Siakam. Siakam matching up with Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris not having a good game at all. Siakam coming inside, kicks this out to Van Vliet, who shoots a 3. It's good. Why does Fred Van Vliet get so wide open? Like, it's unbelievable. It's probably because we know what Siakam's going to do, and now we're not going to get on Van Vliet. Like, come on, man. Here we go. There's James Harden with the ball, though. Harden coming inside. Harden getting in a little mess here with Anunoby, and that'll be another one against OG Anunoby tonight. That'll be another one against OG Anunoby. But 3:25 left to go in the game here. Harden tangling a little bit here without Anunoby. As Maxey inbounds it here to James Harden. Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Harden now switches with Fred Van Vliet. Harden looking. Harden. Step back 2 is no good, and it's rebounded by the Raptors. This would be a good time for the Sixers to put up a turnover here against Toronto. Siakam gets this over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet matching up with Tobias Harris. Gets it over to Siakam. Siakam matching up with Harden. Siakam gets stripped, and Tucker picks it up. Tucker gets it over to Harden. This has to be a huge run for the Sixers starting now. Harden with the ball. Gets over to Melton. Melton out to Tucker. Tucker pump fakes. Tucker kicks out to Harris. Harris, the 3 is airballed, and that's not going to – and the comeback is probably not going to happen. Raptors will take a win here. And that one goes off the net by Anunoby, but either way, I don't think it's going to happen here for the Sixers. Harden gets over to Melton. Melton gets out to Harris. Harris coming inside out to Tucker. Tucker in the corner for 3. That's good. For PJ Tucker, back down to an 8-point deficit. I still don't think a comeback's going to happen here for the Sixers. I just don't. But down by 8, and if the Raptors keep scoring, it's not going to happen at this rate. And Van Vliet goes up, and he'll be fouled at the rim. So it'll be 2 free throws at the line here for Fred Van Vliet. And apparently now we see Joel Embiid at the review table. Like, why is Embiid back in this game with 2:04 left to go? Why is Embiid back in the game with 2:04 left to go? They're looking for someone to come and put in some buckets as Fred Van Vliet makes the first free throw. Embiid has got to come in. There's no way he doesn't. We need Joel Embiid on the floor now. As I know, Tucker. So looks like the whole starting lineup is in for the Sixers. Both free throws are made at the line. Sixers down by 10, trying to get as much time as they can to score buckets here. Harden with the ball here for the Sixers. Lobs it up for Embiid. Embiid catches it. Embiid gets stripped, and there's no foul again. Like, where are the foul calls, guys? Seriously. Here we go. Here's Siakam with the ball, matching up with Tobias Harris. Siakam comes inside. Siakam gets it over to Scotty Barnes, and yeah, this game is over. This game is absolutely over. Yeah, this game is done. All the reserves are coming in. All the reserves are coming in, most likely. And the Sixers are going to lose this one, and they'll drop to, I think, what is 1-4 on the season now. This is just a terrible performance, man. I mean, apart from Maxey, Embiid, and Harden, there really was no production outside of those three. There really wasn't. That's what I'm saying, Lucas. Just fire Doc Rivers. Fire him. Fire him and have Sam Cassell control this team, because I think, and I'll guarantee you, Sam Cassell will do a much better job than what Doc Rivers is doing right now. Seriously. Yeah, it's a fact, man. You know, the best player off the bench for the Sixers was DeAnthony Melton in this case. James Harden with 15 in the game. Maxey actually led the way for the Sixers with 31 points and Embiid with 29. But, I mean, Embiid had a good game regardless, though, Lucas. So, like, Embiid's probably not as lazy as you think. Sixers trying to still think they have life, but they really don't. I mean, they're down 12, and, I mean, once they score 4 threes, they're not going to win this. Embiid with a reverse layup is good. And it'll be back down to a 10-point deficit, 116 to 106. Raptors will continue to run the clock out. I don't know why Doc Rivers just puts in the whole starting lineup in this situation. I just don't know why. But clock continues to tick. Siakam matching up with Maxey. Siakam coming inside. Siakam shoots a 2. It's no good, and Harden gets the rebound. Harden bringing the ball down the other end here for the Sixers. Harden going step back 3. That's good for James Harden. It's not going to happen, though, on the comeback. As much as the Sixers fans want to think that, it's not going to happen on the comeback, though. Give Harden 18, though, on the night with that three-pointer by James. But here we go. Here's Siakam with the ball. Siakam gets this over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet looking for options. Van Vliet going step back 3, high arcing and no good. Off the back of the rim and rebounded by the Sixers. Harden with the ball. Harden taking another deep 3, and it's no good off the bank. Not even close. And Siakam taking the ball over to Scotty Barnes, and that is good for 2 plus the foul. It's been done, Kate Scott. Like, what do you think? It's been done. It's been done. Well, Gary Trent Jr. actually led the Raptors the whole game. First one's good for Scotty Barnes, and that was the end one opportunity, so it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if the Sixers put up any points. I mean, if they just want to increase their stat lines a little bit and make it look a little better. Embiid with the ball, taking the 3, no good, and rebounded by the Raptors. That will do it. Raptors will take the first of 2. Raptors will take the first of 2 in Toronto against the Sixers by a final score of 119 to 109. Each of these teams scoring 30 points in the fourth quarter. And again, just another sloppy performance by the Sixers. They really need to step up their game, especially in the next one against Toronto, which, guys, I will not be streaming because I will be streaming the Phillies game instead. I already got to that one. Barnes is the next Giannis. Yeah, in the future, definitely I can see that. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a final score. Unfortunately, the Sixers will fall again. Players of the game, Maxey for the Sixers, Gary Trent for the Raptors. Maxey with 31 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Gary Trent with 27 points, 11 for 16 from the field, 5 for 10 from three-point range. But yeah, guys, the Sixers will fall yet again to another team. Now for all the Raptors, I mean, you got to take the Raptors seriously. You got to take any team in the NBA seriously. You have to. And we just didn't. No one pretty much contributed around Embiid, Maxey, and Harden. I mean, you can say Melton did a little bit, but who outside of pretty much those four really did anything for the Sixers? I mean, Tucker put up some points, but he only put up 8. And then threes for everyone else: Tobias Harris, Daniel House, and George Niang, and that was about it. D'Anthony Melton was the one carrying the bench for the Sixers. D'Anthony Melton carried the bench. He carried them. As 18 bench points for the Sixers. And just got ugly. But we'll go over the final stats here, and then we'll pretty much get out of here. Guys, shout out to everyone for coming through and supporting me. I appreciate all you guys. But we'll go over the final stats here. Tyrese Maxey pretty much leading the way for the Sixers with 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Followed up by Joel Embiid with also 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. James Harden with 18.7 rebounds and 9 assists. D'Anthony Melton with 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. PJ Tucker with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Tobias Harris with 3 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Daniel House with 3 points straight up. And George Niang with 3 points and a rebound to end the scoring off of the Sixers. And then for the Toronto Raptors, Gary Trent Jr. leading the way with 27 points straight up. Pascal Siakam with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 13 assists. Scotty Barnes with 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Fred VanVleet with 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. OG Anunoby with 15 points, a rebound, and an assist each. Chris Boucher with 13 points and 4 rebounds off the bench. Precious Achiuwa with 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Christian Koloko with 4 points and 4 rebounds. Delano Banton with 2 points, a rebound, and an assist. And that's how your scoring ends off for the Toronto Raptors in this game. Now to the team stats here. Sixers shot the ball 51% from the field to the Raptors 55%. Sixers shot the ball 44% from three-point range to the Raptors 43%. Sixers shot the ball 68% from the free throw line to the Raptors 79%. Raptors out-rebounded the Sixers 39-34 and same offensively 6-4. Raptors out-assisted the Sixers 32-28. Raptors had more blocks than the Sixers 6-2. And same thing goes in steals in favor of the Raptors 9-6. Sixers lost the turnover battle to the Raptors 12-9. Raptors with more points in the paint than the Sixers 46-44. And then 33 personal fouls called, just 12 on the Sixers and 21 on the Toronto Raptors, with the Raptors still finding a way to take the win. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to pretty much do it for me. Sixers will fall now to 1-4 on the season with their rough start to the season as they lose the first of 2 in Toronto by 10 points. They really just didn't come out with the firepower that we expected. The bench was a little weak, and also the officials, they sucked. The officials and the officiating was also trash. At the end of the day, Sixers overall just have got to play better. Eventually, at some point, we need to fire Doc. Have Sam Cassell take over this team. But at the end of the day, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for me. Appreciate everybody for coming through and tuning in. Shout out to all you guys that came through and tuned in to this stream, because you guys are the real. Keep doing this for you guys, because, you guys always find a way to support, and I appreciate the support from every single one of you guys. You guys are awesome in the chat, as always. But, guys, that's going to do it for me, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. God bless and peace.